Here's the thing about rock bottom. It's a really good place to build from. It can be a really good foundation. Here's the other thing about rock bottom. It's a really good place to lay down and die. And as I watch the Pirates get absolutely obliterated by the Mets Sunday, to lose a series at home to a team that sold more than anyone else at the trade deadline, it feels a lot more like the latter. And this season is on life support. Good morning, and welcome to OffBeat here on North Shore 9, presented by FanDuel. My name is Alex Stumpf, and this is a daily look at your Pittsburgh Pirates, and I hope you had a better weekend than the Pittsburgh Pirates did. That was embarrassing. That was all in all embarrassing. We talked about that game in Cincinnati, last road trip, where O'Hearn gets hurt and the bullpen blows it and Skenes didn't look good. And it kind of looked like if this really is the end, that might be the day that the season ended. If it's not that day, Sunday's a darn good contender. Because that was a butt whooping. No ifs, ands, or buts. There is no glass half fooling anything in this game. 7 years on the beat, it's up there for one of the worst performances I have seen from a team. Jared Jones was demolished. Couldn't get in the zone. The offense had no answers for another soft tossing lefty. It was such a predictable outcome. Every concern about this team post-trade deadline coming together, coming to fruition. How they can't hit left-handed pitching. How they aren't getting the starting pitching they need. I look at hitters like Merlin Valdez, who is a rookie. It's been a good rookie year. It's been a really good rookie year. You take this, but he is capital L lost right now. He doesn't know what he's trying to do up at the plate. And they dropped him in the order. They're trying to give him, take some pressure off of him. Maybe it was a lot to ask the rookie. To just come in and be that guy. Be the right-handed power that they whiffed on Ozuna this offseason, and then they whiffed at the trade deadline to acquire. I'm looking at a team right now that has 4 starting pitchers, that has an offense that can't hit lefties, that has an ace who is having a horrible follow-up to a Cy Young. He's pitching like a number 4 or 5. Number 5 of late. It's been an ERA over 5 over his last 15 starts. This is a team that I just don't see really any reason for optimism right now. It's 6 straight series losses. And they really haven't been in a lot of the games that they lost. Sunday was embarrassing. A Jake Mangum swing away from being shut out and losing double digits to the Mets, a team their season ended in May. You just took away the Mets' best reliever last week. And they trounced. It really is. It really feels like I'm not ready to pronounce them dead quite yet. Because they are going to Miami. And Miami's in that wild card hunt too. 2 teams in very similar boats. Both teams know, hey, our seasons are on the line right now. Let's see what this Pirates team could do. Maybe they can win too. I mean, they almost need a sweep at this point. But if they lose a 7th straight series to Miami, it's over. Like all but official with the E next to their name. They are really far behind. And I'm watching this and I'm like, last homestand, they beat the Diamondbacks and they had a wild card spot. If the season ended right then, if that was game 162, they're in the postseason. And they're 3-10 since then. And it's just a myriad of problems. This rotation is a mess. Paul Skenes has had a very rough go of late, but it's like, okay, Jared Jones has been pitching well up until, these previous 2 starts. Then these 2 starts come along. And yeah, you're allowed to have 2 bad starts, but his ERA is over 5. Mitch Keller's ERA for the year was over 5. Braxton Ashcraft's ERA has gone over 4 now that he's in uncharted territory innings-wise. Paul Skenes' ERA is barely a hair under 4. Bubba Chandler, it's in the 4s. It's like, this isn't the team that we thought we were going to see. The whole point of bringing in Bill Murphy was this starting rotation thought they could get better. Who on this staff has gotten better? I've got 2 names of guys who have gotten better. One is Braxton Ashcraft. And Braxton Ashcraft has just been on an upward trajectory ever since 2023. Ever since he got to Altoona and they saw how the stuff played there, he's just been on an upward trajectory. So he was able to keep that going. And the other is Mason Montgomery, who throws 98, 99 as a lefty, and had a full year of major league experience under his belt coming into this year. So not exactly, a shocking breakout pick. Even then, I'd hesitate to call it a real big breakout. He's just having a good season. But yeah, those 2 guys have gotten worse. Every starting pitcher has gotten worse. Outside of Braxton, like I said, but again, upward trajectory. The reclamation projects of the last couple years, Dennis Santana is out of the organization. Isaac Matson's in AAA. This is a team that said they would get better on the pitching side. They haven't. This is a team that failed to acquire a left-handed hitter or a right-handed hitter at the trade deadline. And they did try. They did try. It's not like they were going only bullpen. They did try for right-handed hitters. I don't hate some of the names they were attached to, but it was nothing came to fruition. And I don't think that was on August 3rd, the actual trade deadline. That wasn't as big a red flag for me because I thought, okay, they were going to drag Marcell Ozuna across the finish line because he's making $12 million. Of course they will. But then they would get rid of Ozuna for Ronnie Simon, for Ronnie Ball. Well, Simon had a really good year in AAA. He got called up. But if that's all it took to get rid of Ozuna, something had to come together. There were too many right-handed hitters available who were going for a song to not get anyone. To not get a right-handed hitter, to not get a starting pitcher. I mean, this is a team that looks like they've got 4 starting pitchers and then I guess chaos, bullpen day. Maybe Robert Dotel could be stretched back out. Maybe Christian Curtis. Maybe they just let Carmen have the spot. We'll see how that turns out. But this is bad. This is really, really bad. That Cleveland series right out of the All-Star break, winning that was like okay, let's see what happens. They beat the Diamondbacks. They have that wild card spot for one night in July. This side of 2015, the Pittsburgh Pirates would have been in the postseason if the season ended right then. Is this the most disappointing Pirates team of all time? I think it deserves to be in the conversation. Because we've seen collapses before. We saw one in 2024. And yeah, while that was bad, I think we all had the same mindset of they're early. They're early. You've got Skenes and Jones off of their rookie years. They'll get better. The rotation will get better. Everyone will get older. Yeah, is what it is. But that's one. They'll get better. So that eases the burden in 24. And then you look at like 2016. Nobody went into that year thinking this team's going to win 98 games again. Everyone had lesser expectations for that year. And that failed. And then 2011, 2012, though 2012's collapse might have been the most pronounced, the greatest of them. But again, it was a young team that you saw everything come together. I look at this Pirates team and, man, there's a chance this might be the apex. Brandon Lau's going to be a free agent. What are the odds he comes back? You still have O'Hearn. You still have some guys. But, the clock's ticking on Paul Skenes and how long he's going to be in Pittsburgh. Clock's ticking on how effective Paul Skenes is going to be in Pittsburgh in that time, too. But, his service time is getting there. Same with Jones. Same with a lot of these guys. It's to the point that you look at this team. It's like, how long is this window? That's what made this year so important. That's why they came in with that stated goal of period, full stop, postseason. And yeah, they're still in a spot that one good week, they're right back in the mix. I get that. They haven't had that one good week all year. Where's their 5-6 game winning streak been? Where have those 2 straight series sweeps been? This is a team that played 500 ball, very literally 500 ball for 4 months this year. Always within arm's length of 3 or 4 games. And now they are slipping further and further from 500. In the portion of the season where you separate the pretenders from the contenders. And boy, do the Pirates look like a pretender right now. There's still season left. That September schedule looks tantalizingly manageable. And yeah, they're going to Miami. And you know what? Who comes home right after? The Red Sox, who are only on one of the greatest hot streaks in the history of baseball. This is an issue. And they are out of mulligans. They are out of wiggle room. They need to find a way pretty immediately to get their footing back and start winning. This is a team that needs to win, 30 games to make the postseason probably? That'll get them to 88. That's playing at a 670 winning percentage the rest of the way. It's not unreasonable of an ask, but boy, oh boy, it's a big one whenever you just got dog walked by the Mets in front of your home crowd. There's no more wiggle room. If they lose the series to the Mets, I promise you the offbeat will be me declaring the season over. There is no more mulligans. They got to start winning now, or the postseason is out of reach. Period. Full stop. Man, we've gotten mileage out of that quote. How haven't we? And we're going to keep using it the rest of the way. So if you want to keep hearing it, be sure to subscribe to OffBeat here on North Shore 9, presented by FanDuel. Subscribe wherever you find podcasts, or check us out on YouTube if you want to see me in section 322. Not smiling this time because that was a pretty bad ball game, but it's usually a smiling face. Thank you so much for listening. We'll talk again tomorrow.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in, whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube. If you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.